So if you open a time bank account, this is what they are going to quote you. What is it that they are quoting you? They are saying you get 7.94 interest rate at time bank. And then what is this thing that they've quoted us here? It's an interest rate as a percentage. And then whatever it is that they're going to be giving you, it works this way. They're going to say it's 7.9% per annum. It's going to be 7.94% per annum. So this money that you see here it's something that you're going to get at the end of the year. So the interest that you see there is not as if it's something that you're going to get eaten every month. It's something that you're going to get at the end of the year. It's per annum. Now it can either be calculated, number one, on a simple interest, or it can also be calculated on the compound interest. If we're being practical, it says we are going to give you on the compound interest formula. But remember, now we have two types of formulas. We have the compound interest, and then we also have the simple interest. Now, why is this important here? This is going to be given in percentage. As a learner, you should be able to take it into decimal. Why do you want to do that? Look at this here. If you look at your formula that we are using, the formula that we're using, Tina, here, it has I, and then I is the interest rate as a decimal. So every time when we're going to be reading a statement, the statement is going to be given with the interest rate as a percentage. Interest rate as what? Interest rate as what? Okay. Now look at this. These are the types of questions that we're going to get. I'm going to jump straight to number 2. We're not going to do number 2. I'm just giving you an idea to say what is happening. They say 5,000 is invested in a bank. Calculate the accumulated amount after 3 years. If the interest rate is, it's 3.75% per annum on a simple interest. So it could either be simple interest or it can be what? It can be compound interest. But what is common between these two things? The first thing that I want us to look at is this. The interest is going to be given as a rate, which is in percentage. As a learner, it is your job to change the percentage into what? Into decimal. So here I said here, change the interest rate below to an interest rate as a decimal. That's the first thing that I wanted us to do. Now, what is it that you are given here? Let's look into it. The thing that you are given is 3.75. What is this 3.75? It's R. Is the interest rate as a what? As a percentage. R is an interest rate as a what? As a percentage. So R is going to be, in this case, it's going to be 3.7. Whether it's simple interest or it's compound interest, it doesn't matter. The interest rate is given as a what? As a percentage. When they quote us, they're going to give it to us as a what? As a percentage. Now, what are we going to do today so that we can use these formulas? For us to be able to use these formulas that I showed you, we are then going to say I is going to be equaling to 3.75 divided by 1.5. And then what are we doing with that? We're changing the interest rate from percentage to what? How are you going to do this? You go to your calculator. You go to your calculator, you tell them to 3.75 divided by 100. And then it gives you 0.0. Oh, it's not 0. My calculator is rounding off to 2 decimal places. Let me remove the rounding off. Let me clear first. Shift. I need to go to shift. Clear. Shift. 9. Shift. 9. 3 equals to 8. Sharp, we're done. Then I'm going to tell them again to say, let's go back to that thing. We have 3.75. Over. And I didn't say 3.75%. I said 3.75 all over 100. Then this figure is going to be given as I. It's 0.035. And then you will get a mark for being able to change the rate from percentage into what? Into decimal. What is the mistake that we have seen? Why are we teaching this special? Is that learners forget to convert the percentage into what? Into decimal. And then guys, I repeat again, you can't use this formula here. This formula is not going to work because you don't have R, but you have what? I. And then what is I? I is the interest rate as a what? As a decimal. How to get at it? Let's take number P. If we take number P, they say we have 12% per annum compound interest. I told you whether they said simple interest or compound interest, it doesn't matter. We should be able to convert it into what? Into a decimal. How do you convert this thing into a decimal? How would you convert this thing into a decimal? What are you going to do? What will you do? What will you do, Command? That's right, remove that thing. How do you get this thing here into a decimal? I is equal to. So you simply come and substitute the R here. So what is our R? It's 12 all over 100. What is going to be I? 0.1. Let's do activity 1 and then we can go.